Today, I want to remind you that literary essayists look out for craft moves that pull their own weight, in particular, symbolism. Looking for symbols and writing long about them can help you to write more powerful craft essays. So, writers, you already know a lot about how to write and think about symbolism. You did that work last year. You know that you can look for symbols, for reoccurring objects or images or colors, and ask yourself whether they might mean more than they seem to. Do you remember thinking about symbolism in The Stolen Party, the story that we read last year? Remember the monkey that was at Luciana's birthday party? The monkey that Rosara was so intrigued by that we decided it might be symbolic of Rosara's class position. I know that last year you learned about the importance of not just noticing a symbol, but then tracking that symbol throughout the text, noticing multiple meanings, and maybe writing about how the meaning shifts or changes as the story unfolds. This is work that pulls its own weight for an essayist. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to try some of this work now, and I want you to note the steps I take. Open up your writer's notebook, and when I pause, jot down the step I just took that you could imagine taking another day with another text. So first I'm going to skim back over the text, using my knowledge of the text and of my aim to look for symbolism to help me be efficient. I'm looking especially for an object or color or an image that's repeated throughout the story. In the last lesson, we studied a bit about the sun, so I'm looking back for those places where the sun is mentioned. I'm thinking about how the sun might be a symbol in the story. Wow, even just on the first page, the sun comes up a lot. The author is comparing it to so many good things like coins and crayons. He says that it feels like blushing. And later, he says the sun is like a warm iron. That sounds nice on a cold day. I definitely think the sun is a symbol here. It is repeated throughout, and it seems to mean more than just itself. Okay, note takers, in your own words, in your writer's notebook, what is the first step that I took? So now I probably want to write a little bit about what the sun might actually symbolize in the text. Remember, when you are analyzing a symbol, it's important to think about what the symbol might actually mean. Trace that symbol across the text. Notice if it is changing at all, and think about how it relates to the theme. So let's see. Bradbury is always comparing the sun to positive things. First small things, like crayons, then bigger things, like a warm iron. A lot of the comparisons are warm things, too. So the sun might symbolize something both warm and positive, something that takes care of you or lets you get things done. Maybe it symbolizes nourishment. That might fit with the ideas in the story because the kids didn't have that nourishment until this one day. Okay, note takers, what did I just do? Write it down in your notebook. Now I want to make sure that I push myself to say not just what this symbol means, but also what job it does in the text. What is Bradbury trying to do by including this symbol? What is he trying to show his readers? One effect of using symbolism is that it shows how positive the sun is compared to the usual weather on Venus. Maybe he is using this symbolism to show the opposite of how the kids usually feel. Like, usually they're kind of depressed and miserable with the terrible weather, and the sun is like the opposite. It's like vitality, like freedom, like hope, even. Okay, note takers, this is the last step. What did I do? When you are done, look over your notes. See if you missed anything, like any tips that I gave that might help you. We're not going to go over the steps together today, so make sure you have a plan that you think you can follow. All right, writers, it's your turn. Go back to the lesson platform for your next activity.